You know, I'm sure it's with mixed emotions that she's about to take that final walk. You know,
Absolutely.
She's had so many tremendous experiences this last year, you know, seeing her on the Olympics. I was waiting for her to compete, but, you know, and it's been incredible. And I think, you know, every one of the Mrs. Worlds that's here with us tonight and who have had that crown have set a new standard for the women who followed her. And I think Julia definitely fits in that.
Absolutely. Well said, my friend.
Yes. But before, you know, it does that, I'm going to give you guys one last chance to say who you think the next Mrs. World is. Okay.
Who?
I know, I can't hear them.
Let's let them know we're still out here. These ladies have been working hard all night. Let's hear it for them.
Well, and I think our judges are ready. And I think now it's just all we have to do is wait for Julia and take that final walk. But I do want to take a moment in advance to thank the judges for their work, because you've done a tremendous job. Whoever, it has to be very, very difficult. And I know that whoever you've selected is going to do a fantastic job. And once again, to all 40 of the beautiful women who were here competing, each one of them will go back and represent their country, and I'm sure they will do phenomenal work. But at this time, it's time to welcome our reigning Mrs. World, Julia Schnell, as she takes her final walk.
Wondering if you ever could be loved, and if they truly saw your heart, they'd see too much. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You are made for so much more than all of this. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You are treasured. You are sacred. You are His. You're beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, Julia Schnell, Mrs. World, congratulations and thank you. And now, let's welcome back to the stage our top 3 finalists. Ladies. Let's bring our top 3 finalists out. Mrs. South Africa. Mrs. Sri Lanka, and Mrs. Thailand. All right. Take a deep breath. One of you ladies is about to become the 40th Mrs. World. We're going to start with our second runner-up. Our second runner-up is Mrs. Thailand. Now, ladies, come on, get a little closer. Come on. Ladies, one of you will be the first runner-up. The other is going to be our new Mrs. World. As you all know, if for any reason our crowned Mrs. World is not able to fulfill her obligation, the first runner-up would take the title. Good luck to you both. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to announce the first runner-up first, and I want to thank and congratulate our first runner-up. And our first runner-up is Mrs. Sri Lanka. Mrs. South Africa, you are the new Mrs. World. Now, this is the last time I'm going to refer to you as Mrs. South Africa, because once she puts that crown on your head, you will become the 40th Mrs. World. Mrs. World, it's time to take your first walk. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for our brand new Mrs. World, Sril of South Africa.